What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up and Chat. My name is BJ Mathews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, as well as Spotify, Iheartradio, Twitter, TikTok, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, all of our YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? Hit that notification bell, bar our subscribe button, get all our updated content as well. If you'd like to purchase a shirt, you know what I'm saying? They're running for $30 to $35 a pop. You know, $30 for people inside of San Diego and LA County. $35 for people outside the city. Or if you like to bless the podcast, you know what I'm saying, with all the information we're giving in the content, you can go through our Cash App. I'm going to put the pinned comment in the comments description. So let's get it popping. I'm going to keep doing this until the day of reckoning comes that these two will be coming back announced. Kawhi and Paul George, you know what I'm saying? I've been making video after video for the last couple of days about this situation. Just this past weekend, we saw Paul George at the Honey Training Center at the LA Clippers facility, getting up shots with Terrence Mann, the right elbow for the first time after, letting it heal for about a couple months. I made a video about that yesterday in my analysis. If you have not seen that, go check that out. But last night, the Clippers traveled to the Bay Area to face the Golden State Warriors, which they actually lost last night at the Chase Center. But right before the game, Kawhi Leonard was up getting shots right before the game for about an hour and some change. He went through a full pregame workout. So things are coming together, coming along about, the sentiments I've been saying, within the last couple of weeks, with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George coming back in March. But let's get a little deeper. All right, so check it out. Chris Haynes, NBA Inside Chris Haynes, you know what I'm saying, been reporting about stuff like this for the Clippers for quite about a few months now, about the Kawhi Leonard updates and stuff like that. So he had another update yesterday about, Kawhi Leonard going to that pregame workout at the Chase Center in Golden State. Chris Haynes basically said that, the Clippers put Kawhi Leonard through a full hour and some change pregame workout for Kawhi Leonard, you know what I'm saying, for the first time in front of cameras. This was a big deal because we haven't seen Kawhi Leonard in a full action workout since he's been hurt with the injury. So now that we see him getting through this workout, Chris Haynes had to make a report. So what he said basically was Ty Lue, he spoke to the head coach, Ty Lue, and he said, look, we put him through a workout, but we're not going to bring him back. There's no timetable about when he's coming back. And if they're not ready to come back right before the playing game, there's no sense to bringing them back. It won't be safe. So a little recap again. If Kawhi and Paul George are not ready a few weeks before the playing game, it's not going to be safe to bring them back. So that's pretty much him saying that they're not going to bring them back unless they're ready, before the playing game, right? A couple things about that. Ty Lue's a trip, man. He's very, very you have to watch again what he does and not what he says. And he's making it more and more known that he's keeping things in-house, and that's how the Clippers roll, keeping things in-house, right? When Ty Lue saw Paul George getting up shots at the Honey Training Center this past weekend, he said that he didn't see anything or he didn't notice that Paul George was shooting. One of the Clippers insiders, Tamar Al-Azari, if y'all don't know who he is, go follow him on Twitter. Tamar Al-Azari, he basically called Ty Lue out. He said, what are you talking about? You were right there watching the whole entire workout. And Ty Lue was like, I didn't see nothing. So he's going to continuously make those little side jabs and, brush off any optimistic that he's going to be able to get any hope up that these two stars are coming back. Now Kawhi Leonard, went through a full hour and a half workout at the Chase Center, and Ty Lue still act like that's not a big deal. So Ty Lue's not fooling me. Ty Lue shouldn't be fooling the mass people who are, watching this whole story. I understand what he's doing. He doesn't want nothing out. He wants everything to kept in-house, which is respectful. But you got to read between the lines and see what's going on. First of all, and this is a basketball tip, if you go through a workout like that pregame and you're sweating, there is no indication you can tell me that they don't have any indication that he's coming back or he's pushing to come back, right? They're pushing that notion without even saying it, because nowhere in the world you're going to see a basketball player go through that type of a rigorous workout and not have any intention to go back. When you see that, they're not doing it for their health. They're not sitting up there going through a workout like that and just saying, okay, well, I'm just going to do it for my health and I'm not coming back this season. We're shutting the season down. Take Jason Preston, the point guard for the Clippers, the one that looks like LaMelo Ball with the curly hair, the light-skinned dude. You don't see him going through no workouts at all because the indication with him, they shutting the season down. He's not coming back. But Kawhi Leonard going through that workout pregame was indication that, look, we are pushing for him to come back. Okay, they ramped up the workouts with him, and there's been report after report about report what Kawhi Leonard's been doing. So they can continue to play around like I was born at night, but not last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how basketball works. If you're traveling with the team, if you're going through workouts, based off what Kawhi Leonard was said at the All-Star break to the some of the Hall of Fame legends, that he's trying to get back out there, his indication is to come back. So they're not shutting him down for the whole season. So for people who keep saying, they're shutting him down, you can't go through a workout like that before the pregame and say you're shutting it down. You're doing it for a reason. If they had no indication of him coming back, he would have just been at home, or he wouldn't have even done that. He wouldn't even been through the workout like that, because that's just like you're it's for no reason. For what? So that's one point. The second point is this. I had one of my subscribers make a comment on my Paul George video. He asked a very good question. He said, "How long do you think it will be until Kawhi and Paul George, are ready and get their conditioning back for the playoffs?" And I said, well, I would say 2 to 4 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks, you need them to get their rest and their conditioning back, their legs back, their timing back. About 2 to 4 weeks, I feel like that's how long it will be for them to get back to playing. Because you hear some people say that they might come in for the playing game, which doesn't make sense. You're not going to bring back your two best players right before the playing game. That was a report I heard. One of these reporters out here in LA said that, which I just didn't understand how that could be possible, because you're defeating the purpose. Because you don't know, they're not going to beat Kawhi and Paul George right off the bat. So if you bring them back just for a playing game, that defeats the purpose. You need to give them time to get their legs back, their timing back, and their conditioning back. You know what I'm saying? So give them about 2 to 4 weeks. And we're at the 5-week mark right now before the playoffs start. So this is around the time they're going to be looking to bring him back and looking to play, right? And then Ty Lue basically said, in the before the at the game, when Chris Haynes reported that they're not going to bring him back because it's not going to be safe right away, which I already alluded to that earlier, in these videos, that they're not going to bring Paul George, Kawhi, and Norman Powell back at the same time at the playing game. That's not going to make any sense. So they're going to bring them back weeks before the playing game starts to get them prepared. And like I said, man, like, you gotta pay attention to what Ty Lue does and not what he says. What the Clippers are doing to give you guys hints what their plans are. You know what I'm saying? And the way Kawhi Leonard looked, Chris Haynes said he had no limitations. He looked good out there. So they're gonna continuously ramp him up to the point where it's like, okay, we're gonna throw him out there. We're gonna throw Paul George out there. And then I'm gonna tell you this: the Clippers are crazy enough to do this. They'll sit up there until the game the same day and actually announce that Kawhi and Paul George are active for the roster. Somebody will make the report. Breaking news: Kawhi Leonard and Paul George will be playing tonight. Just like how they announced that whole trade when Kawhi and Paul George first came there. No one saw Kawhi Leonard coming to the Clippers. No one saw Paul George getting traded to the Clippers. So you got to watch how they move, man. Like, you got to watch what their tactics are, what they do, and little side, hints. You know what I'm saying? But Ty Lue, respect for him, looking out for his team and, not letting anything get out. But he ain't fooling nobody, man. We know what the deal is. The cat's out the bag. Kawhi and Paul George, y'all trying to bring these two back, but you're trying to do it without actually saying it. And all respect to them. But like I said, continue to like, share, subscribe all of our YouTube videos, Hit the notification bell, get our updated content. If you choose to donate to bless the podcast, you can do it through our Cash App. I'm putting the pin comment, or we have PayPal as well, I'll continue to bring y'all up-to-date things, high quality videos, the best for you guys, promise. But pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.